Welcome back, everybody, to the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel, and it's the best day of the week, mail call day. So before I jump into all these goodies that I picked up this week, do me a solid and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know if you like what we're doing, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time new content's released. All right, so this week you're going to see why I say that I have a problem, because you're going to see a little bit of everything here, because I buy a little bit of everything. So we'll go through comic book pickups this week. I actually purchased a trading card this week as well, and then we've got some toys here, action figures, as well as a Funko Pop. So first things first, I picked up, there's been a lot of free comic book day books coming up, so I always pick those up when I'm out. The first one is Zelda Twilight Princess. Then we've got Vox Machina Origins. Lady Mechanelia. Or I'm sorry, I totally said that wrong. Mechanica. And then finally, I forgot the name of it, Naruto. And I don't know much about really any of these books, but I'll give them a read, throw them in a bag and board, stick them back. Because occasionally, you'll see books that came out on Free Comic Book Day that'll have a first appearance, or just ends up being worth some money down the road. So I'll definitely read those, hang on to them, and then put them up. And then just for my normal reads, Batman 99, it's a continuation of the Joker War. And then Batman Detective Comics number 1027. This is the 1000th issue anniversary of The Dark Knight, and it's a 144-page mega spectacular. There's the front, there's the back. And there's a bunch of different covers. For this particular book, I just picked up cover A, and that's what I normally do. Like I said, I'll occasionally grab a variant if anything sticks out to me, but I didn't see anything that I really wanted, so I just picked up that cover A. All right, on the trading card front, I picked up this card. This is a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card. I had my eye on it for a while at my local comic book shop, Page 3. That's Page 3 Game Zone. They sell a little bit of everything. It's in Pikeville. They're kind of like me. They've got comic books, toys, ball cards, Funko Pops, really anything that you can imagine. Fishing equipment. They literally have all kinds of stuff. But I had my eye on this Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card for a while, and finally hit a price that I wanted to pick it up. So I bought it, and it's actually in really good shape for as old as it is. All the corners are really crisp. No major flaws that I could see. The card is a little bit off center, so I'll send this in and get it graded, and it'll probably come back like an 8.5, I would guess, just because the centering is just a tick off. But overall, that's a pretty awesome card. I've been wanting that one for a while. All right, now these are the toys, and these three are basically the same thing, just the same theme. I opened that Pro Wrestling Crate mystery box a while back, and I'm not joking, like it sparked this thing for me. And then I started watching this docuseries on Hulu called The Dark Side of the Ring. If you like wrestling, or if you just like the investigative shows that come on like True Detective or whatever, then that other side of the ring is awesome, because it takes wrestling and combines that. And I watched one of the last episodes of season 2 was the Road Warriors, and I freaking loved the Road Warriors when I was a kid. Loved them. Them and Ric Flair were my two favorites. So I started just looking around to see if I could find any toys of the Road Warriors, and picked up a few. So let's just kind of get into these. Oh yeah. Yeah, these are awesome. All right, so you got my man, Animal. and then Hawk. The Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. When they went over to the WWF, they changed their name. I'm not even sure the type of action figures these are, if they're Jacks or they're from like the WWE Legion series. I'm not exactly sure. But both of them are really clean, nice. And they will go in my display case in here. So that's awesome. Love the Road Warriors. I mean, I'm not joking. They were the bad, and nobody's been able to replicate what they did with the whole Mad Max Road Warrior, you know, from the movie. Nobody's ever been able to replicate it the way that they did, and they were very different when they kind of came into the business. And they never actually, until I think the WWF, they never actually officially signed with anybody. They would just go to all the different circuits and wrestle, and they were tag team champs everywhere they went. Okay, now this one, when I was a kid, my cousin Chris and I would have these wrestling figures and we would play with them all the time. So this is the vintage Hawk. Now I have the animal in there in my display case. We were going through, when my grandmother passed away, we were going through a lot of the old toys. And I had taken a lot of mine over there because Chris is quite a bit younger than me, but he and I used to play with him all the time when he was a kid. And this is the Hawk. I have the animal. So I picked up Hawk. That's awesome. Now I do need the set when this came out had Paul Ellering, their manager, in it as well. And I don't have that, but page 3 actually has one. And so I'm probably going to end up picking that up at some point just to complete that. So vintage, probably one of the first wrestling. This is AWA wrestling. So this is one of the very first that came out. All right. Now this one is from Trash Toys. Wrapped up really good. Now, as far as what you really probably remember the Road Warriors and how they would look when they would come to the ring, and one of the things that just made them really stand out were those shoulder pads they wore with the spikes. So here is Hawk with the blue. And I never could, like, as far as the favorite one, you know, Animal was really kind of the bruiser. Hawk was the high flyer. And Hawk did the best promos ever. I mean, he was a wild man. And the Dark Side of the Ring episode that I watched, you know, he had drug problems, things like that, and he ended up passing away. But he went 100 miles an hour all the time. There's Animal. And how awesome is that? Look at this. Awesome. Two things I love, toys and the Road Warriors. So that's pretty awesome, man. Very pleased with how these came in, turned out. Definitely leaving positive feedback from the sellers on eBay for these because I'm very pleased with all these, how they look. So, all right, now this is from a company called $7 a Pop. And I've said on here before, Funko Pops were never really my thing, okay? But I really like the autographed Funko Pops. So $7 a Pop has this thing they call the Signature Series, and they will occasionally put out some really massive, you know, signatures, you know, Funko Pops that are signed. When I first caught on to it, the first one that they did was they had Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And I tried to get both of them, and they sold out so fast that I couldn't. Like, they had a double deal where you could buy them both for X price. I tried to do that, sold out. Went and tried to get the Bird, because I'm more of a Bird fan than a Magic fan. So I tried to get the Bird, sold out. Then I'm like, well, I'll just try to get the Magic. So I went, tried to get the Magic, sold out. And then this particular one came up, and this is a pop culture thing for me. So I was able to get one of these, and there is, I guess, a little mystery to it. This particular Funko Pop, there is just a common version, and then there's a chase version. And you have a chance of getting one of the two, and there's also a chance that there's an extra that you could potentially get as well. So I don't really care which one I get, if I'm being honest. I just like this particular character, and kind of, excited to have the autograph on the Pop. And then also in the last mail call video I did, I actually sent out this week the Sting Funko Pop to Zobi Productions to have it signed by Sting, and then get that V-Shout. So when I get that, I will definitely show that on here when I get that back. Oh, nice little touch, a little bubble gum. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a little bubble gum while we're sitting here. A little watermelon flavor. Now, $7 a pop, I guess, are kind of famous for the pop shields. And they actually have a pop drop every week, like Wednesday at 3, Friday at 6, and Sunday at 9. They drop new pops. And so it's kind of cool. Like I said, I don't buy a ton of that, but it's like almost, 3 days a week they drop brand new pops. All right, guys. Let's see which one we got here. If I can figure out how to open up the box. All right. So I'm not gonna look. Put it up and let you guys see it first. Okay, so we got the common, but this is autographed by Charlie Sheen, and this is his character from the movie Major League, of course known as the Wild Thing. So Major League autographed Funko Pop Charlie Sheen. So that's pretty cool, man. And there was only 325 of these done by $7 a pop. So I got one of the 325, and it's also JSA authenticated. So Major League, the other one, the Chase version of this, he has on the glasses with the skull and crossbones in the middle of it when he comes out the very end of the movie. But this is just your basic common pop with Charlie Sheen's auto. So that's pretty slick. I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. And I remember watching Major League in the movie theater. No joke. At the end, he comes in, Wild Thing, and then they, spoiler alert, they win the game against the Yankees. And the people in the movie theater I was in stood up and cheered. No joke. Watched it in South Williamson with my mom. My mom was awesome. She would take me to the movies all the time. So, all right, guys. So, pretty cool week for me as far as pickups. Picked up that Cal Ripken Jr. rookie, which I love, and obviously my comic books that I'll read this afternoon. And then I picked up these Road Warriors action figures. I mean, look at that. Awesome. And I'm pretty excited to get this vintage one too. Because like I said, I've had that animal for a while and I've been looking for this. I gave $6 for this. That's crazy. All right, man. Guys, I appreciate you guys for checking the channel out. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I put new content out. Thanks for joining me. Until next time.